Welcome. Hello. So today, สวัสดีค่ะ Hello, hello. So today I have, sorry, I have easy sweet that I like to share with you. But the last couple of days I have been so busy I can't even have time to come on here. So I decided that I know it's late. It's late. No, it's early in the morning of January the 12th, 2026. Welcome, welcome all of you, and I hope you're doing well. So today, สุขสบายทั้งគ្នា Well, thank you so much. សុខសប្បាយ ថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំធ្វើបង្អែម How are you doing? Welcome. Today I have leftover mung bean that I made dessert the other day. The other day I was making a delicious dessert. It was the what do you call it? The little, almost like what is it? The little sticky rice ball or dumplings. It was pretty good, and Lucy, she enjoys it with her co-worker. So I took to my kid. My kid enjoys it. Sorry. I think. What makes it more interesting is that it's colorful, okay? And then I have leftover mung bean that it was soaked, and I wanted to go ahead and finish it, right? I know mung bean is not very expensive, but we shall not waste any kind of food, okay? So it was pre-soaked, and I keep in the fridge for the last 2 days. So I rewash it again just to make sure that I'm sorry. I was out somewhere, it was a little smoky, so that affects my sinus a little bit. Okay, let me drain this in the sink. So this is one of the easy dessert, okay? But it's easy and delicious. So I'm gonna do about, it's about 1 cup here. Okay? But overall I think I have about 2 cups here, but I don't know if I want to use all of it, okay? So once the mung bean is soaked, it's just like any other beans, okay? It will get softened, okay? Where you can chew it, okay? If it's not soaked, you won't be able to chew. You could, but then just like me chewing the hard grains, okay? Just want to welcome. I'm sorry, not? Hello. Welcome you too. You can't stop. You can't stop me too. Oh, wow. You guys have beautiful profile name, okay? I think I should change my profile name to Don't Stop Loving Me, like just keep loving me, okay? Well, thank you so much. Zero, welcome. Oh. Well, welcome. Okay, so I got beans on the floor right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and the water is boiling. Shoot, let me get my cup here. So the water has been boiling. So all we need to do is just boil this. It won't take too long because the mung bean is already very soft. So I have about 5 cups of water that is boiling. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and measure another cup of mung bean, called mung bean, mung, not the monk, not the Buddhist monk. Okay, that's MONK. This is MUNG, mung bean. It's widely grown in Asia. Okay, so because I only have about 3 cups, I might as well, do it, okay? Because I don't know what to do with the rest unless I come up with another cooking idea. Okay, I think sweet is already been like my thing all weeks already. No, all weeks. Yes, been all weeks. Just want to welcome. Hello. Yes, thank you. Say hi to all of you. Welcome. Lots of love, a lot of respect. I'm glad to have you back. If you're new, I'd like to welcome you. This is Chef Anna. I do online cooking and cook for family and friends. And sometimes I cater. It depends on who I'm catering to. Okay, so sometimes I have orders, stuff that people want to eat. But most of the time, I'm just doing this for my channel. I cook real food. A lot of delicious recipe, and those are the authentic delicious recipe. Okay, it's not makeup recipe, but some of them I modify, and some of them some of the recipe it's just like I need to, what do you call it, refurbish or make modification to fit our needs, okay, to fit our taste, to fit our modernizations, because some of this recipe is like old recipe from great grandparent down to grandparent, down to mom, aunt, uncle, down to me. So down to me, I am free to like pick and choose what I want to do with the recipe, because my grandchildren, my grandkids, hopefully it would pass to my, I already passed some of the cooking recipe to my kids. Some of their favorites would be the Cambodian food, and some of the spiciest, some of the like pungent, spicy food you could imagine, but they love those. Believe it or not, whatever you grow up with, if you grow up on eating burritos, that's your favorite. If growing up on eating fried rice, that's your favorite. If you grow up eating chicken pot pie, that's your favorite. The pasta, that's your favorite. That's your country food that we grow up with, okay? So the reason I'm talking, because we have to wait for the baby to boil, okay? That will take a few minutes. Well, the water is already boiling. I just needed to wait for the bean to cook. Let me increase the heat. With this mung bean here, oh my goodness, would you excuse me, please? I dropped some jack the beanstalk on the floor. I'm keep stepping on it, and I'm not. I'm gonna have this bean running all over the house. And I remember the story of Jack on the beanstalk, right? Well, it's the children folklore. How many of you have read Jack and the Beanstalk? Let me know if you're one of those people, one of those baby boom growing up the time where Jack and the Beanstalk, what was the like a thing. So if any of you have not heard the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, it's a beautiful children's story, okay? This is how it goes. So Jack lived, you like to hear? Yeah, out of my memories, okay? Because I read Jack and Beanstalk. In fact, I even see the animation version of the movie too. Anyway, Jack and Beanstalk go like this, okay? Jack, and his mom, I don't think Jack had dads, only show his mom. So Jack was I think he's teenager or young man, okay? So he lived with mom in the farms. So Jack has a cow. And I believe it was like one season where Jack and mom didn't have food. They didn't have money to buy food. So mom instructed Jack to take the cow to the market to sell the cow. So Jack took his only cow he has to the market and intended to sell the cow. We're talking about Jack and Beanstalk story, okay? Any of you know? Well, thank you so much. Not 6121. Thank you so much. I try to be. I consider I'm a good cook because eat good, look good, you know, one of those things. Because when you cook your own food, you you control what go into your food. Okay, if just like I'm still suffer because let me jump over the story. I'll come back to that because oh, yeah. It's bubbling because it's grain. Yeah, I got mess to clean. Um, so where am I? What I'm trying to say? Oh yes, the reason I'm a little choky because we went to, my daughter took me out for my late birthday and my niece, so we went to a beautiful, fine Chinese dining. Okay. Oh. Oh. So as a chef, there's stuff that I'm allergic to, like peanut, orange, oh, what else? A few other things, eggs and stuff like that. Those are the main. Egg is like main ingredient for most of our bakery and our cooking. So I'm trying to avoid as much as possible. So yesterday we went to this beautiful dine-in in at the Palm Casino Resort Casino here in Las Vegas. Inside it was varieties of restaurant. One is fine fine restaurant called China Mama. It's fine as heck. It's like a beautiful setting, clean. It had Chinese Oriental representation, the wall and everything was nice and amazing. Let me increase the light on my phone. So we wait only a few minutes before we get called in. So we went in, we sit down, and we was about to make orders. So this, you know, each restaurant they had the receptionist, or they call it the hospitality person, like, you know, someone that to greet you at the door. So hospitality person. So, but just the last summer I went to the graduation like ceremony for the college kids, graduate BS degree, master degree, PhD degree. People actually graduate in the hospitality in the PhD degree. I'm like, whoa, you know. Like, good morning, hello, need a PhD degree. I'm amazed. So I'm like, okay, I guess that's like one of the options. I guess when you finish your dissertation and the certain thing that you have to like to complete the courses to get your field. But sometimes you just want to graduate with the option, low options, or some of the options would be like the hospitality. So I was sitting there listening to the to the dean calling out, you know, those degree. I'm like, oh, hospitality with a PhD degree. I'm like, oh, well, you know, sign me up then. You know, I mean, I thought I have college degree with simple college education. You know, I would get hospitality degree. You know, so I don't know what else they do, but anyway, so she was doing the busboy job. She went and collect all kind of dish, and then all of a sudden she came in front of me. We were sitting and against the door, and all of a sudden she dropped all this fine china. Oh, the china was fine as heck. You know, I collect dishes. I have those dishes. Those are the blue willows, and I can get them for like a dozen for like $400. You know, so she dropped the whole thing right in front of me, and the glass. The fine china shattered. I'm glad that I wear thick jeans and the boots. Otherwise, I would have gotten cut. And the older lady, she had bare foot, but then her foot was up. I don't know how she got her foot up. So I feel so bad for her, you know. And so then the cleanup crew came and picked up the pieces. So, and I look at the fine china on the table, like fine china, you know, they you know, like they said, the dinner bowl, the dinner plate, the salad plate, and nice utensils. So I was like, this is classy. You know, I love big, expensive, beautiful plate. And as you see there, a lot of my plate for presentation, they are quite quite unique. I love beautiful dish. Same thing as beautiful food and good food. So sit down to order. So my daughter ordered the sour soup. We had that and it was okay. And then my niece ordered the pasta and with the noodles and the green bean, just a stir-fried green bean. So I ordered kung pao chicken, and I forgot the kung pao chicken had peanut in it, right? Thank you. Not 6121. Thank you. God bless you. Also appreciate that. Thank you. So came the kung pao, not kung fu, kung pao chicken. So kung pao chicken is like one of those spicy chili, spicy stir-fried chicken or beef or what have you, right? So I ordered the chicken kung pao. So I forgot that the dengue kung pao chicken, they cook with peanut, okay, and then a whole bunch of like dry chili. Kung pao is very, very easy dish, okay. So I thought that it would be nice to help with the pasta and all. So, and then my daughter, she ordered a few other things. So when I look at my kung pao chicken, it's a peanut. So I trying to pick the peanut out. So I think I ate I ate a few bites of the chicken with the peanut. So when the waiter came and I said, you know what, I'm sorry, you know, I shouldn't have. I forgotten that kung pao chicken had peanut and I'm allergic to it. No, he was so cordial. He took the plate back and said, I'm sorry, I don't have the chef to give you a new one. And then yeah, they brought me a new kung pao chicken without peanut. So, you know, I know my cooking, I know what I order, but sometimes I've forgotten that certain Chinese food, they do peanuts, certain Chinese food, certain Vietnamese food, they love peanuts, just like in Filipino dish that they call the gore. That one, they cook with like pack of peanut cream. I'm like, if I have a spoon of that, I'll be like, where's my EpiPen, you know? So, so with that, and it was a secondhand smoke at the casino because we stay around to enjoy ourselves a little bit, you know. I mean, wanted to hand pay, but it didn't happen. But you know, it was a small portion, and just for fun. Okay. So as a result, I'm still choking over what I really did. So even I don't feel like it. I ate a whole lot, but then I think peanut got crazy on me. So I was worried that my lips gonna be swollen, but that's fine. It's been good. Okay. So the mung bean is already cooked, okay? And I don't want it to cook too much because I don't want it to break. So maybe I'll cook it for another 2 minutes. That's all it is, okay? We're gonna boil it, and then because I'm allergic to corn, normally we dilute with cornstarch to thicken it, okay? And I already make the syrup for the little dumpling, for the bancha nut, the bancha nut that I make 2 days ago. Okay, so she kept in the freezer, and I'm gonna go ahead and make so this served with syrup and the coconut milk here. Okay, will be the topping. I'm gonna show you how. Okay, we're just gonna open it up and then let it cook for a few minutes to allow the milk to get thickened. A lot of time people will use the cornstarch to thickening the topping, but because it's a cold season and the coconut cream will get thickened, so I don't even need to use cornstarch to thicken it. Okay, so I did that. I had a little bit left over, and I accidentally I had an accident with it, so now I have to make a new one. Okay, to do that, let me get my hold on, give me a second, please. Let me get my my tapioca flour. I'm gonna use tapioca flour instead of corn flours. Okay, for me, I think tapioca work the same way as the cornstarch. And it's gonna thicken our cooking, gonna thicken our gravy. The same thing. Okay, same format. Thank you. God bless you too. Not 6121. Appreciate that. Welcome. Okay, today is easy because I was telling my follower that my birthday, it never end on birthday. Okay, it extended like the whole month of January because I have family that want have to wait until they're not working to take me to eat. So 2 different occasions, 3 different occasions. First I went to my sweetheart, and then my baby girl on a different day, and then my third born another day, and the other 3 in another, like somewhere by New York City over there. So we just did a lot of FaceTiming on my birthday and then eat. So yeah, I'm still celebrating, believe it or not. I mean, I was born on the 6th, and right now it's on the 12th. 6 days later, I'm still celebrating, believe it or not. It will be like at the end of the January month. In fact, I haven't checked on Facebook yet, and typically I would get like like a lot of messages. Okay, let me find my my, I forgot. Okay, my tapioca flowers. It's right here in my pantry. If you like, not me, okay, this is kid stuff. Or tapioca. So save this here for your collection, because if you cook like me, we collect all kind of flours. Okay, with all-purpose flour, rice flours, sticky rice flours, potato flours, bean flours, tapioca flours, all kind of flours. So go in here. This is just like the magic backpack. Okay, right. So here is the tapioca flour. So it's in. So sorry. The white rice come in pink or red bag, and then the green, I think sticky rice come in green bag, and then tapioca come in blue. So they color coded, so easy. Okay, so and it's written in English too. Tapioca flour, rice, gluten or sweet rice flour, or just flours. Okay, so the tapioca flour is, the texture is a little bit different than the regular flours. Okay, the reason I say different, because it's from plant-based. Okay, and the texture of the flour is also different. Okay, to do this, I will try about 1/4 cup of tapioca first, and I'm gonna get cold water for this. We can dilute this, and then we're gonna add into our pot here. Okay, we're gonna add some. We're not gonna add any sugar. We're gonna add some salt and water, salt, mung bean, and the tapioca to be diluted. The tapioca, diluted tapioca. We're gonna stir it to thickening our dessert. Okay. Well, the mung bean already gotten fattened up, so it looked like I will need a few more cup of water to operate it. Okay, to thin it down, and I'll show you a minute. I'm gonna do about 1/3 cup. Now 1/4 cup of flours and 1/3 cup of water, and see if it'll do. You're gonna stir it until the tapioca flour dissolve. And once the tapioca flour dissolve, it'll sit and thickening. It sit on the bottom. Okay, if you're gonna use it, then you have to stir it again. Okay, let me see. The mung beans are already thickening. It soak up most of my water, so I'm gonna add a few more cup of water to thicken it. I mean to thin it down. Okay. I have 5 cups already. I'm gonna use 2 more cups. There you go. And I'm gonna go ahead and add our, see, it's set. Add our tapioca flour, which is only about 1. I'm using 1. I'm using 1/4 cup of tapioca flour right now. I'm gonna go ahead and stir it in the pot here, and I'm gonna put it back on the oven to cook the rest. Okay. Looks like it's already thickening. I'm glad I only used 1/4 cup. If it's getting too thick, and then it won't be right. Okay, we just want it to be in between. This dessert here is quite healthy because it's made out of mung bean, and then we'll be topping with sugarcane syrups, and then what else? And then coconut cream. Okay, so this I'm sorry, I'm trying to get rid of this all day, so when they come on here I won't do that. Okay, so it's thickening. Let me see. See it? So it's runny, but it's thickening. Okay. Okay, let me put it on the stove and cook this for a couple of minutes. Now, while I'm waiting for my, I'll sample it. If I need a little bit more of tapioca, or I need a little more thickening, then I will add a little bit more tapioca. Okay, let's put this aside. The tapioca come into in blue, and you can do this to thickening your gravy, your cooking, or anything any kind of food that you need thickening. The tapioca flour would do. This is what we use in our country. We don't have potatoes flours, or I'm sorry, we don't have corn flours unless it's imported. But then we do have tapioca because we grow tapioca or yucca plant in the day. But in the day we don't have processor, so we don't really have it actually. To thickening or a soup, I think we just do the rice juice. Oh, I can't do that because it's a non-stick pan. No, because this right here, I do this for Lucy. This is the syrup for the sweet I made for her just 2 days ago, and she couldn't finish it all, so she put in the freezer. It's still this one has ginger in it, okay, because it was supposed to be for the sticky rice dumpling, but because this is different dessert, I'm gonna go ahead and make a new one. Okay, to do that I would need about only about half a cup. Okay, I mean half of 13.5 fluid ounces of coconut milk, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sorry, the coconut topping, the coconut cream, because this is winter, so the coconut milk would like get hardened to get even result. We have to shake it, okay? I'm gonna do about, let's see if I need about a cup. I think the whole can here is about 2 cups. Okay. We're gonna add a pinch of salt, okay? One-fourth. I'm gonna use last time, no mind, because Lucy, she didn't like sugar, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and cook this. Our main ingredients is done, which is the mung bean in tapioca flours, okay? So it's thickening. You see, it's thickening, but yet it's runny. So that's a perfect combination. But because the mung bean gonna continue to soak up the liquid, so it's gonna get a little bit thicker, okay? So what I do fancy first today, first I have to make our syrup, okay? So we will need the dessert itself, with the mung bean, and then the syrup that I'm gonna make for you. So I need the coconut cream, which I'm doing right now. Let me make the syrup, because I thought I was gonna be able to use this syrup, but this syrup has had ginger flavor on it, because it was for the other kind of dessert. To do this, it's very simple, okay? We need some water. We have a little bit of coconut milk on it, it's okay. So I'm gonna do about 2 cups of water. And we're gonna do about 1 cup of sugars. I don't know where I put my palm sugar at. So today I'm gonna, well, you know what? Palm sugar is fine with this because it's gonna have that nice flavor. Give me a second, I know I can find it. Okay. So I'm gonna use two of these, okay? It has so altogether is about half a cup, and it needs heat to melt. Okay. I'm gonna leave that guy alone. Our syrups. So our syrup, I can use a little bit of vanilla to help with our aroma. Okay. Maybe I'll do about 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Last time I used jasmine and it was delicious. My daughter said, "Mom, what was that you use in your syrup?" It was not the same. I said, "Oh, I used jasmine." I said, "Oh, that smells so beautiful." Okay. Almost gone to the wrong pot. I'm not putting it into the coconut pot again. I'm put it into the syrup pot. So to organize this, so I don't keep losing it, so I got this little cute from our neighborhood store. Okay. Even that, sometimes it gone missing too. I'm just amazed with myself. Oh goodness, I only got flour all over. This is our coconut milk, okay? I'm gonna let it cook for a few more minutes. Sorry, to thicken it. It's already getting thickened. This coconut milk here actually made in America, I believe. No, it's not. It's made in another country. Okay. I thought about something fancy, but I'll show you how to do it. But I have to wait for the syrup to be done, okay? Remember when we use a non-stick pan, make sure that any spatula utensil is plastic or silicone, so that way it does not damage the bottom of the pan, okay? The coconut cream itself is already had a beautiful aroma. It's just a natural aroma that we don't even need any kind of flavor or fragrance. But I can do that on my syrup. I can add bananas. I can add jasmine. I can add any kind of floral scent. That's edible floral scent. So it's there, it's thickening. I'm glad that I'm easy on the tapioca flours. Otherwise it would be so thickening. I would add more water. By the time I'm done with the evening, I would like transport into a big pot like this. So that's why it's important that knowing that tapioca can work so quickly in thickening our products, okay? So look at that. It's kind of gluey, but it's runny, okay? It cannot be runny completely. It have to be semi-runny. Thickening, you can tell that it has some kind of gluten in it. See that? I'm just worried about overflowing, because I don't like overflowing. I want to spend all night cleaning this thing. I'm gonna add about same amount of, no, not same amount. I'm gonna add 1/4 of teaspoon of salt, okay? Because salt will help help our sweetness, to enhance our sweetness. I don't know how it works, but then for some reason salt does help with enhancing, okay? If you like a little bit of sweetness, you can add about 2/3 of cup of sugar to 1 cup, okay? Because I'm doing this for a friend of mine who loves sweet, but she loves low sweet dessert. Doesn't that make any sense to you? Okay, so this is what I'm doing. So it's gonna be low sweet dessert. It's still dessert, but low sweet. And some people say, you're gonna eat sweet, mine gonna be sweet. And I agree with you, you know, and I at my age I had to cut down a lot of sugar also, you know, it's good for us. Because when we get older, through the FDA, they allow the older person to eat like minimal of sweetness, a little bit minimal of the trans fat, well, minimal to zero trans fat. Trans fats are the fat that come from animal like chicken, and the pork and the pork and the chicken, the beef, and all that. Those called trans fat. And the omega fat, which is good for us, is coming from the plant-based, such as coconut. Okay. No coconut considered a trans fat, because anything that said that, anything that was that would get hardened in the cold, it's considered trans fat. But it cannot be considered trans fat because coconut milk is from coconut plant. It's not from animals. Okay, trans fat usually derived from animal that I mentioned earlier, which is strange because in my country, in Asia, we use trans fat in our cooking. I'm just loving this because it's so creamy and a little bit of salt in it. It's just like it just lickily good. I'll do 2 more minutes on that, okay? And let me pay attention to these. This had no sweetness into it. Let me see. I might add a little bit more sugar to it because it had just a little bit too milk. Okay, so that big lump of sugars. This is the palm sugars. Okay, so. But Lucy would love right here. Okay, but for me. I'm going to add another 1/4 cup. If she said, "Oh, I'm sweet," yeah, make it yourself. That'll make me happy. No, I don't think she ever could complain, you know, because she, even I add a little bit more sugars, it's still low sweet. The reason it's going to be low sweet because we're going to be adding on to our dessert, okay? Let me... I think I have 2 cups of water. Is Lucy sweet? All right. Everything is done. My syrup is done. My coconut cream topping is done. And my mung bean is also done. Okay. Now it's thickening because it's cooling down. So the cooler it gets, the thicker it'll be. Okay. But I think this is just right. But let what did I do with this? Oh, I used this earlier for the sampling. So, but this is my dessert bowl, okay? So we put limit to everything for good health. even healthy dessert, it doesn't mean that we can eat all you can eat. Okay, this is not all you can eat dessert. This is where you get a small bowl and enjoy. Okay, that is a principle. Believe me. Okay, do not spoil yourself because it's already when it cool down, it get a little bit thickening. Okay, so if we add the syrup will stay right on the top of it. Okay, but right now it won't because it's hot also. Okay, and then the coconut milk will shower in on the top like that. And see how simple that is. Okay, and then the best result is to leave it in the fridge overnight until it's cold, and it's best serving cold, but I want to have it warm because if I have to eat it cold, then it'll be until tomorrow morning, and you won't like that, you know. Oh, I know you'll be sick. Okay. I have a little bowl. Okay, she bought me a little bowl with no lid, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put some of this in the little bowl. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do a fancy glass. How did I drop my There's a fancy glass here. So if you're having a nice date, okay? If it's not a nice date, do not make dessert. The other person is nice. Okay, so with this right here, go ahead and fill it up. Okay, typically, if the coconut milk is thickening and this bean is thickening, you should be able to see the separations of, oh man, now I make a mess. Brainer. So the idea is to fill it up, okay? So, but because it's not thickening, because it's not cool yet, so it's gonna run. But if I let it cool down, I just want to do lay of, well, it's almost coming, but not quite. Okay. I could have put the syrup on the bottom. Why not? I can do some syrup on the bottom. And do the cake. Like I said, it's runny because it's not cool yet. But if I wait until it cool down, you see the lines. But you can see it is separated from the syrup, okay? The syrup is way on the bottom. Okay, it's a little messy. The idea is to get it, what do you call it, stack up, line up. What's this, a term that I'm supposed to use? So I can add a little bit of this on the top also. And then we're just gonna let it cool down, okay? We'll put it in the fridge. But I have 2 cups, so let me finish this one also. This one is a little messy. It's not going to be in sweet because the mung bean has some have liquid in it already. You know, that it worked better if I have already put the bean in first and let it cool down and get hardened a little bit better, and add the syrup and add the topping. Okay, but here's mine. Let me sample with you because I want to make sure that I got it right. Okay. My spoon. It's low in syrup. I like a little bit of syrup on it. I think it might be overflowing. Okay. So here's the treat. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing on the other side. So it's not too thick, which is fine with me. I add a little bit more of syrup because there's not enough sugar in it. It can be too bland, okay? This is a dessert. It's not dessert. It's supposed to have some sort of sweetness in it. You're gonna get thickened overnight because the bean is starchy. To do this is individual serving. cover this and I'll keep it in the fridge. I can spell Lucy on here. Let me do that on the next round. See, and spell Lucy. Love you. It didn't fill up, okay? I got LU. Not bad. She's so sweet, Lucy. I got to know her a little bit better, so I don't get so personal with her immature behavior. You know, sometimes when a person born with that lovely nature, you know, that they adult that like in the, or the child in the adult body. Yeah. So I got LU. Yeah. So no. Sorry. It's good. I got LU on this too. I have the rest of the sweet. I'm gonna put in what I want to put it in container. Let's see. Normally she has a personal size serving cup. Let me see. She showed me that she has it the other day. I guess she didn't bring it back. I'm probably gonna make another half. I'm gonna finish up the coconut milk. So you guys have an idea already how this is done, okay? Oh, I have one more here. We're gonna wait for the coconut milk later, but so it's very, very low in sweetness. She'd be happy as pea in the pot because she loves unsweetened dessert. Aw. Just ruin the topping. Okay. We didn't keep everything in the fridge. Until tomorrow when it's cooled down, okay? And the bean will get thickened. Hey, welcome. I'm making mung bean dessert. It's very simple, okay? If you be interested in making this, you can save the videos or come back on my channels and review the videos, okay? So right here, pretty neat right here. I have another container. Because I need some for syrup and coconut milk. Right. I guess we done for tonight. I did this little fancy cup here. So if you have fancy cup, you go ahead and use them, okay? I mean, it's a little warm right now. So you see that the syrups are way on the bottom. And if I have waited for the mung bean to cool down a little bit better, it's going to be a little bit hardened. So it's going to sit right on the top of the syrups, and then the coconut milk also will sit on the top of the dessert, I mean of the mung bean. So it's going to stack up like in a nice what do you call it, stack up, staggering staggering up, okay, just like it does right here. You see that? So all the syrup went down on the bottom. Well, the syrup was on the bottom. No, sorry. And I have the mung bean and a little bit of syrup and the coconut milk. Okay. So I'm gonna keep this in the fridge until tomorrow. When Lucy wake up, she will love all these for sure. But like I said, she's an adult with young heart, young at heart. She loves dessert, but she doesn't like the sweetness in the dessert. I don't understand it, but I learned the woman behavior. She loves dessert, but she doesn't want it sweet. Okay. I have one more here, and then I'll put everything in the fridge. So while I'm doing that, I just want to check in with you guys. How are we doing? How are we doing? Things are good? How are the new year for you? How is 2026 coming for you? Any luck coming on your way? I know, the luck will come, okay? Just be positive at it. We have literally, well, today is 12 already. It's almost in the middle of January already. Could you believe it or not? Pretty soon the kid will be out of school. Pretty soon the grandchildren will be graduating. Oh, this year the grandkid gonna graduate. The twin gonna graduate. So I don't know what their mom gonna be doing. I think they'll be leaving home to college. So I'm like, so I think it's payback time. Okay, no comment. So when my firstborn, right, she because her dad and I were separate many years ago, and her dad never come back to claim them. In other words, he didn't show up at court. He left the country with his wife, so he never really want anything to do with the kids. So finally, after like 14 years, and when they left, she's only about 4, 5, 6 maybe, or 10. So after she graduated from high school, I mean, she started contacting her dad. I think he never sent child support to me, but if my kid visited with my mom, he would send $500 sometime. The $500 make my dad stop at the money exchange 5, 6 times before the money come through. So that's how difficult it was to get his money. And up until this day, all the children grown up already, and I have not got a penny of child support. So she, after she graduated from high school, because she was she didn't walk with the class. She still have like a few units to finish. So she graduated later with another group of kids. So they have a small ceremony. So she graduated with her cousin Rose, who had come to live with us. So she was behind in the credit. So when she moved with me, she had to make up her junior year and senior year to graduate. But she graduated midsummer, which is accomplishment because she was already going through like different direction. So when they reroute her to come to the direction, my direction, be able to get her graduating from high school. And yesterday, she and her cousin took me out to lunch, and we were just talking about that, and just talking about the memory that she had with me when she moved in to live with me for a few years to graduate to stay in school because Rosemary didn't have a relationship with her mom. She abandoned her when she was only about 4. So her dad came back to live with me and for a while, and Rose had that relationship with me, and we bond. So after Rose and Davi graduated, Davi dad booked it for them in the morning and said, "Mom, can you take me to the airport?" And no one tell me about you guys leaving me. This is the time when I was living in California. No one tell me you guys leaving. So my dad booked us a ticket and he wanted us to visit him, but I didn't know they moved over there. So, but you know what? Those 2 girls, they moved over to their dad or uncle. And this is a time where we don't have, the only thing that we can connect is American Online, right? AOL. And at the time, I didn't know anything about AOL at all. Believe me, this is where the kids started having emails and online conversations and all that. So they left me. So they've been gone for many years, and we didn't have a connection because I don't even know where they've been. I mean, they were adult and they turned 18 when they left me to seek adventure with my ex. So we're just talking about that, how they were saying that they realized how much trouble they put me through. Because a lot of time when the kid blame the parents for doing something bad to them, maybe say something that we should be saying, or abuse them or beat them or whatever, so sorry. So come out from my niece mouth, they said, she called me mom. I gotta tell you that, we are pretty messed up, we messed you up. And we're just talking about another child of mine, what's the word? She just want to blame for everything. Got it? I mean, when even she left the house to run away with her boyfriend, she blamed me for kicking her out. I mean, what about the thing that they do to me? Not obeying, not listening, not mind my authority. The thing that they do to us, they don't blame themselves for anything. They just want to blame on parents. So I'm like, that's why I often say, when I live in regret, don't blame your parents for anything because they're not going to be here forever, So, and then Rosemary said something interesting last night, which she said that now I can laugh about it. At the time I was mad at you, Auntie. I thought you were so strict with us. We cannot even sneak out of the house, bring a boy in, and we disappear on weekend. We don't come home. We don't call. We don't do nothing to show any kind of respect. And I said, I regret the fact that we treated you badly. So really, uh, yeah, we did. There were like 7 of us. So at the time, all the children were already born, and I have 3 girls, teenagers, and then Rose, the cousin, they're only a year older than, no, they're the same year as my oldest. So I have 3, 4 young women living at home. Imagine, plus I'm still in my 40 at the time. So yeah, we have PMS every day, but we didn't kill each other. I mean, some when they have boyfriend, see the boyfriend in the back door or the back window. Some left with their boyfriend. So, but then I gotta be proud of them because they at the end they were good kids, and then they become successful entrepreneurs and business owner. I couldn't be more proud. I mean, if to go back and undo anything, it would be that I have been stronger. I would have been to leave all the loser, that make so much money that are not responsible to take care of us because he had his own agenda. I would have been stronger. I would have like walk away and then go to child welfare department and collect a whole bunch of free money. But I didn't do that. I was doing it the hard way and end up having 2, 3 jobs, take care of the kids and to look back. And they often ask me, Mom, Auntie, how do you do it? There's 6, 7 of us, and you got us out of the mud. And we just have 2 kids or 3 kids. We just having so much harder time. So, well, raising you girls was different time, period in time where societies are more respectable. At this time, maybe 20 years later, 30 years later, at least 30 years later, things are different. At the time, there was no hand phone. We have beeper. We have the big cell phone, like just like the military cell phone at the time was like that big, like 15 pounds. So I said, I'm not sure. So I told her, I don't remember all the bad drama that we do. I know they probably have hundreds of drama episodes. But to be honest with you, I don't remember any of that. I don't remember call you guys any kind of name. If I do, will you please forgive me? I think I apologized 3 times already, so I don't need to do that all the time. So either you forgive me, forget me, or one of it, and then don't live in regret, because it's a life too short to just live in regret in your life and blaming parent, grandparent to so that it's to justify your emotion. So it was interesting to hear from mouth of my own niece who tell me that they did gang up on me, and they because I was busy working, and sometimes I came home late, and before they get home from school, after they got home from school, by the time I got home on weekend, they're already gone. I mean, 3, 4 of them all gone partying somewhere, and I can't even go look for them. So then, yeah, I mean, one by one graduated, but then it was so much work with those girls. But then now, 30 years, 40, 34, 35 years later for some of them, or 30, at least 30 years later, now, we're talking the mature adults, and they ask me how I do it. I don't know. It's by grace of God that how we do it. Working and taking care of all of you was like, and there was a dull moment where I have time for myself. And so that's why this day I take time for myself. I didn't have time to take care of myself. I always been taking care of the children, parents. I still do, I still take care of my mom now, and my dad long gone. Spent 16 years taking care of my dad. Complete personal care. And my dad was paralyzed, waist down, so it was difficult to take care of my dad. But he lived for 16 years because the love that was given to him provided care at home. So he continued to live 16 years. He had stroke, 3, 4 strokes, and the last stroke took him completely. So it's as a loving person, I left my job. In fact, my marriage was also discontinued because I needed to be with my parents, and I'm okay with that. Okay, I tell them that husband, boyfriend, lover, I can always find a whole bunch if I wanted to. Okay, so it never threatened to me that if someone gonna leave me because I have to take care of my family, take care of my parents, I would do the same for his parents if I did, I did, I offer. Um, so if someone ever is gonna not support us because we have more obligation, then you really need to take a look in a deeper uh, side of the needs of the family. If I told him that if my dad's able to walk and drive and take care of himself, who want to be there to take care of an elderly person? It's not easy to take care of an elderly person. It's not like a take care of a little kid. You just pick up the little kid in your arms and carry it around, or put in a little pouch and carry it around, or you just carry it around and change the diapers. You don't have to. Well, though all that was difficult, it's a lot difficult. So people don't understand that. Even my own sibling don't understand that. Anyway, let's go back to cooking. So it's done. Okay, it's in these cute little cups here. I'm gonna put it in the fridge to let it cool down. And when Lucy wake up in the morning, she be jumping with joy. She'll say, "Oh, sister, I love it." I say, "I know, enjoy." And then she would take it to the shop to other Vietnamese women, and it was so nice of them on my birthday. I don't even know those people. They sent gifts, they sent beautiful gifts, and they said that because I make extra dessert, and she take it to the nail shop, to her Vietnamese friends, and they love it. So he said it's delicious dessert because again, they worried about too much sugar in the dessert, so I make low sweet in the dessert, then they love it. So this she can do that, because this is so making dessert is so frugal, is so cheap. Okay, a bag of bean is what, less than $2, and then the cans of coconut is what, about less than $3, and then this sugars, a cup of sugar, how much is it? A bag of 2 pounds is less than $5. So overall, it's affordable. I mean, we still have plenty to go around here. I might share with my mom. My mom loved dessert also, so this will go to my mom, and she enjoys that. And, and this will be the lucky person to come up in the morning and grab one. Okay, so this one right here. So this cup here, this glass here, had gonna be beautiful because it has syrup on the bottom, and then the mung bean and the coconut milk. Right, it was supposed to be really nice because it's hot. It doesn't it it didn't form very well, but I'm not concerned about that. Okay, the flavor is wonderful. I got the right texture. I got the right flavors. So other than that, we can do what I did here. Okay, it's better when we do a personal serving size. Okay, if you don't have this cute little cup, you can use glass cups, whatever you have at home. You can use them too. Okay, so if you have fancy cup, go ahead, plastic cup. The see-through. The ideal of this dessert is to serve with see-through glass or cup. Okay, so that we can see that beautiful mung bean. All right. Okay, other than that, tonight we done with our mung bean coconut cream dessert. Okay, I have a little bit. I have to find container for it. This for Lucy. However she likes, she take what she needs and what she's not taking. And I think this one I'll save for mom and probably from the grandkid also. So the grandkids, I would have to find them a nice cup also. Then they have a little cutie thing. All right, so we through, we good. Okay, but it's good to see all of you. Okay, Mario, hello, Mario and Kirby. Funny because not funny, interesting because I was over at my daughter's house and the grandkid was playing Mario Racing. Okay, I used to do that with the grandkid. I can't even beat them because yeah, the dessert looked good. Thank you, Mario. So they had the Mario race on, and couple of years ago, I sat down with them, I think during holidays, and funny because, you know, I'm not, well, when I play Mario, you know, the Super Mario, I never pass stage level 1, because then I have to deal with Yogi, you know, dun, and I can't jump over that little sinkhole. You know, I always like sunk into sinkhole, and my grandkid used to like, they'll be like in a level 15, I'm still trying to pass level 1, you know, so uh, jumping all those tubes, you know, that. But the principle of spending time with the kids, you know, playing with the kids, game with them, um, it's so interesting because um, the time we spend with the kids are so crucial. So I record some of the event, and I want my grandkids to remember that that even I can't operate the game, but you know, I spent time with them. They were having fun because when we do the Mario race, it was so confusing. I don't even know which character I started with their little uh, moped, and I'll be, the kid will like finish 5 minutes ago. I'm still trying to, you know, get to the finish line. It was so funny, but yeah, you remind me of Mario and Kirby today. Because that's what they were playing. But I didn't play with them because I was busy making food for my mom. Um, yeah. It was quick hello to you and bye. Wow. um, and X5 World, well, don't be too fast now, okay? Enjoy, okay? Just where you ever need to be, just enjoy, okay? No rush. But I'm glad you're coming back, okay? And all the TikTok, my my good people on TikTok. Thank you for coming by. But anyway, I start giving, sending out 2 gifts to my wonderful participant. I had chosen. She's not here today. CC. But CC's been such a wonderful follower. Always. Most of the time she's here, and sometimes she helped with moderating my channel, because the other day I lost my cool a little bit. I allowed myself to sunk into the madness because this person, I'm not gonna mention. I think he's not coming back anymore. But I gave him a few of my wisdom challenge. So he came on here and start asking about if I know how to do rice patty. You know, I think he has seen my short videos on Cambodian story. So he asked me, do I know how to do rice patties? So I said, of course. I live on farm. My dad showed me how to do rice patties. And then he started saying crazy stuff about being poor, went on and on and on and on and on, and then end up with slavery. I said, a what? You know, so, and then I have to send the guy off the wall. And yeah, so I tell him, don't, you know, I mean, if you can come on here and bring the other side of me, you know, because I don't operate like that anymore, you know, since I left high school. When I was in high school, sure, you know, I punch anybody who in my way, and that seemed to be the issue with me in high school. So as I got older, I so I learned that violence does not solve the social issue. Okay, violence does not end with violence. Violence end with educations and working together to promote peace. So I did that. You know, so with this person coming out, like I went back to like 1980, where I'm only like 17 years old, and I would just like punch anybody who's in my way, you know. So just like Mario Kart, you know, like bump and bounce everybody out of my way, you know. So yeah, I lost my cool a little bit. If a few of you were on here watching me turn into Jago, so I didn't like that. I just want to apologize. But anyway, so I went to search him out, and And yeah, he was right that he was not a child. He was an old cantankerous man, you know, a lonely cantankerous man. So he used to come online and just he just like a Scrooge, you know, and you know, it was like one of those nasty people. Um, so yeah, I did give him back what he deserved, and I try not to lose my cool like that. All I need to do next time, because I couldn't block him on here. I couldn't have my computer. I can log on my computer and I can block him. And I think he blocked himself for me, or he blocked me. So I didn't. When I went back, there was, I didn't see the same name pop up. But my sweetheart said that he was able to, because he's not being blocked, so he's able to go and search for him. And yeah, he was a white old man. Like, what is an old man behaving like a little kid for? You know what I mean? If I only can think of one thing, is that this type of thing occurs when the person is prejudiced toward another person. You know, I'm familiar with that. Where I came from, I have to fight for justice, and the reason I learned to fight and defend myself, because, and that's the reason. You know, people discriminate against me or against my people, and I'm not going to stand and watch. You know, I'm going to do what we do to defend and to stand up for ourselves and for others. So yeah, so he was an old cantanker. You know, he was just like probably just so lonely, so unhappy, and come on here just being like the big troll. You know, and I often mention that when we're coming on someone's show, you know, if you don't like the show, then scroll down, scroll up, leave, you know. And another thing too, this is not a dating site. You can have some men coming here, well, you marry me. I know, you know, maybe it's just a joke, but it's not funny at all, you know. So I give back to you, you know. There's a couple million people online. Every time you see someone online, you're gonna ask them to marry you. Hopefully the one of them will say, yes, I do, you know. So it's so funny stuff like that too, you know what I mean? It's so ignorance. To me it is, you know, because it's just so lack of respect. I'm not flattered by it, and you know, actually I was just like, scroll down and scroll up, you know, scroll, you know, go where dating site, if it's eHarmonies or what have you, go get one, you know. Or the single show, what it is, you know. So if, well, this is a cooking show, I often mention that this is a cooking show. It's not a dating site. It's not a dating website. So move, scroll. So anyway, let's get back. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the fridge. So tomorrow I'm gonna enjoy. Okay, I think I opened my other dessert already, the one I froze up. I left a few for Lucy, but she hasn't taken it yet. So I hope you remember the banana dessert that I made, and I put in the mold. Okay, so the mold works so well when the dessert are frozen. Okay, it really give a beautiful design like that. See it? It's like that. See? Okay. So this is ice cream. Actually, you can eat this. Yeah. I think it worked better if I let this cool down for a few minutes. Okay, because right now it's too icy. Huh? Just wash and reuse this. So I reused this mold a few times already. You can go online and order this. Okay, it's not too bad. Have in the freezer, so to have plenty of sleep. All right, so my night has come to my morning has come to conclusion. I appreciate all the time that you come in and join me. Okay, and thank you for the heart. I got a few, okay, but thank you anyway. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and the like, the thumb up, and the bell. And if you click the bell on YouTube channel, you will get notification from me when I'm coming on the channel. Some people say it's so annoying because every time you post something, it ding. I know. So, or you can do that. You can undo the bell. You still can on here, or you won't get notification when I'm coming on here, and you will miss some of the great show. And there's nothing I can do about that. You didn't get annoyed that you come on here, or you come on here. I'm normally on here like the same time, like in the evening, but today I've been running around because it's Sunday. I don't know, it is always some Sunday we just like cannot keep it holy, because there's so much need to get done, so many things to get done for family. Not for me, for me, I'm cool. Sunday is supposed to be the day that I rest and rejuvenate, but sometimes I can't rest because got to get things done. All right, so it's late, so let's call a quit tonight, and I'll come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, so I have something delicious that I like to share with you. And last night, a few hours ago, I make something delicious, and my baby daughter, she was craving for Cambodian spicy sour soup, so I make a big pot like this, and whole bunch to her, and save a whole bunch for my daughter at her house, and I brought some for myself, my son. So some of those food that they craving for, because they're growing up, like I said, you're growing up eating mom cooking, you're going to be craving for it. And doesn't matter where you are, or you live in a dormitory, in college, or you travel abroad, or you have your own family, you're still going to miss your mom cooking. Okay. And my mom cooking, my mom is not the greatest cook, but she cooked for all of us. Okay, she still does have the concept. When she cook her rice, she want to fill up that big pot. Said, Mom, it's only a few of us. You only need a couple cups. You don't need 6 cup, 5 cup like you did anymore. Because there are like 8 of us living in the household. Now everybody's gone, just you and me, and just a few other people. So just make a little bit. Sometimes that's how they get used to the ideas of cooking. Sorry. That's why it's hard to cook for one person. Okay, cook one person is a lot harder than cook for family, because the family, we just know what to do. One person, like, I don't know. So I'm not used to cooking for one person. I'm just like my mom, because I'm cooking because I have 6 kids, and my niece is 7, 8, 9 of us. So it's always like a big pot. So so that was my my thing too. I can't just say my mom, they have issue with cooking too much. I have issue cooking too much too. But then my food now, it's like go quick, because my kid don't cook as much anymore. The one that live with me or near me, okay, and the one that live far away, they manage. They manage, okay. All right, so hope you guys have a good morning. I know that I'm about to crash on my bed. It's late already. Okay, so tomorrow I have a day off with my babysitting job, so I'm gonna sleep in a little bit, and that's why I allow myself to stay late a little bit on Monday morning. Okay, so I can sleep in until 10, 9. Sometimes I wake up early anyway, because it's the body time clock. Okay, thank you for coming in. Thank you for subscription, like, share, and follow on TikTok. You guys are wonderful. Whole bunch of love and respect.